Over several decades, untold numbers of mysterious crafts have been observed in our planet's airspace, flying at extreme velocities with no visible means of lift or propulsion, and performing stunning maneuvers at G-forces that would crush a human pilot. There's no doubt these flying objects are real. Whether they are extraterrestrial or not, is another question. But while people keep looking for alien life in the sky, maybe we should be looking into another unidentified phenomena that has been literally flying under the radar. It's entirely possible for someone to misidentify a regular plane caught at the wrong angle for an otherworldly aircraft. But what about something strange coming out of the sea? Oceans cover about 70% of the planet's surface and contain between 60 and 80% of all life on Earth. Yet, more than 80% of this underwater world is unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. So an alien presence on this planet could remain elusive by establishing bases at the bottom of the world's oceans. In fact, according to a recent study, 50% of UFO sightings actually occur over bodies of water. Here are some of the most incredible, best documented underwater UFO encounters. Christopher Columbus, 1492. During his journey to the New World, Italian explorer Christopher Columbus reported seeing a UFO hovering above the water. He recorded it in his journals as he traveled through the dreaded Bermuda Triangle. It was October 11, 1492, and Columbus was sailing through one of the deepest parts of the Atlantic Ocean. At about 10 p.m., Columbus wrote that he was standing on the deck of the Santa Maria when he saw a bright light in the distance. The light appeared to vanish and reappear several times. He reported that the light, at times, could be seen below the waterline, and then at the end, lifted off into the night sky. Did Christopher Columbus witness an alien aircraft? Or could there be another explanation? Baltic Sea Anomaly, 2011. This odd-shaped object has fascinated people since it was discovered in June 2011 at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. Leading up to the structure, appears to be a giant skid mark, of almost 1,000 feet in length. The stunning formation measures almost 200 feet in diameter and has what looks like a staircase, leading to a dark opening. The strange object was discovered by a team of divers known as Ocean X when it showed up on their sonar 100 meters beneath the waves. The team reportedly collected samples from the anomaly, and found it contains limonite and goethite. According to scientists, these are metals which nature could not produce itself. If that was not strange enough, members of the Ocean X team said their electrical equipment stopped working when they got to within 200 meters of the anomaly. As of today, no one knows what the formation is or how it got there. Some conspiracy theorists have claimed the object could be part of a fleet of crashed UFOs on the ocean floor. Others have suggested it could be the remains of a sunken city lost to the waves years ago. The Swedish sighting, 2014. On October 17, 2014, off the coast of Stockholm in Sweden, witnesses reported seeing a strange object moving through the Baltic Sea. Numerous reports were made to the authorities about the bizarre object that appeared to be moving just below the surface, with just a small portion seen occasionally rising above the waterline. Believing that a Russian submarine was operating in their territory, the Swedish Navy mobilized to hunt the object. But when naval vessels reached the area, the object disappeared. Swedish intelligence was unable to uncover any trace of a Russian submarine operation. Moscow denied having any ships in the area, which the American Navy was able to confirm. However, some civilians were able to photograph the object from the shoreline. Additionally, sailors were able to locate marks along the sea floor, created by something large and heavy, skimming along the bottom. The sighting remains unexplained to this day. Ghost rockets. 1946. In the 1940s, people throughout Europe reported seeing a rash of fast-moving rocket-shaped UFOs flying over the Baltic Sea. The first sightings were on February 26, 1946, but since then, over 200 sightings were recorded throughout the rest of that year. Some of these objects were observed crashing into lakes. But no debris was ever recovered. Some investigators believed it simply to be misidentified meteor showers, however meteors don't display maneuverability such as these crafts. The Green Bay UFO. The United States Great Lakes is a hotspot for UFO activity. One such activity occurred on November 28, 2016, when a huge object with blue flashing lights was seen emerging from Green Bay, Wisconsin. The witnesses were a group of friends and neighbors who were outside stargazing, around 2 a.m. They all claim that a massive triangular object rose out of the bay to about 500 feet in the sky. And as it climbed from sea level, it turned on its side and traveled westbound, gaining elevation before vanishing from sight. The origin of the craft remains a mystery today. Operation Mainbrace, 1952. In the fall of 1952, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, staged a 12-day exercise in waters near Norway and Denmark. The incredible operation involved 200 naval vessels from many member nations and was basically a show of strength to the Soviet Union. It was called Operation Mainbrace. The entire operation was being led by the USS Franklin D. Roosevelt aircraft carrier. Over a period of 2 weeks, several officers aboard the Roosevelt witnessed unbelievable events in the North Sea. According to military documents, on September 14, 1952, dozens of sailors observed silver triangle objects moving fast just above the waterline, towards the fleet. But they quickly vanished once the vessels went on alert. 6 days later, on September 20th, 3 officers with the Danish Air Force spotted a shiny disk with metallic appearance flying overhead and vanishing into the clouds. The next day, pilots with the British Royal Air Force witnessed a similar shiny sphere as they flew their warplanes in formation over the North Sea. Were these crafts Soviet military spies, or something otherworldly? Lake Baikal Encounter, 1982. Located in Siberia, Lake Baikal is surrounded by steep mountains and dense forests. It is the oldest and largest freshwater body in the world. There have also been many strange reports of UFOs residing in the lake. According to declassified Soviet documents, 7 military divers went into the lake in 1982 to investigate mysterious anomalies. They reported seeing some type of humanoid-looking beings, wearing silvery suits, at a depth of about 150 feet deep. The divers claimed they attempted to capture one of these creatures, which caused the beings to react by unleashing an unknown force, expelling the divers to the surface, killing 3 of them. After that, General Vydimienko, commander of the operation, allegedly informed Moscow that extreme danger awaited anyone who disturbed whatever dwells at the bottom of Lake Baikal. Was this a real event, or did Soviet officials create the story to keep enemies from entering the lake? USS Memphis Encounter. On October 24, 1989, the crew aboard the submarine USS Memphis began to experience electrical malfunctions and a loss of navigation control. They were off the Florida coast and it was decided safest to stop the submarine. No cause could be found for the issues, so the captain ordered the nuclear reactor to be shut down, switched to diesel engines, and surfaced the sub. Once above water, the surface watch observed a bright red light in the sky, coming from a large inverted V-shaped object, hovering just off the port side. The craft made a half-circle around the submarine, causing electrical interference as it passed above. The object then moved off at remarkable speed, being out of sight within seconds. The sub-systems then returned to normal. The military was never able to explain the incident. Shag Harbor. Known as Canada's Roswell, the Shag Harbor incident has been reported as the strongest evidence for the existence of extraterrestrial visitation in Canada. The sighting occurred at a small fishing port in Nova Scotia, in the evening of October 4, 1967. Witnesses reported seeing a strange orange light that was moving along the shoreline. Several local residents reported what they believed to be a plane crashing into the harbor. From the shoreline, police reported a shining light on the surface of the water below slowly descending into the depths. Within hours of the initial reports, local fishermen, police officers, and the Coast Guard scoured the waters of the harbor throughout the night, but found no wreckage or debris. Officials checked with the Air Traffic Control in Montreal and the NORAD Center in North Bay to determine whether any civilian or military aircraft was missing. After getting a response, authorities started referring to the object as a UFO, and the Shag Harbor incident became a military matter. The Canadian government conducted a 3-day underwater search of the area, but failed to locate any object or debris. After 3 days of searching the harbor, the Maritime Command called off the search, and the Shag Harbor incident became another unexplained mystery involving UFOs. 1 week after the sightings, the mysterious light was seen once again. Could a species more advanced than humans be hiding out in our oceans? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.